DC here. Hi guys and gals, hope you're well. It is Wednesday. I'm out walking and sorry about that, I'm just fumbling because I put on my gloves and holding my walking sticks because there's a bit of snow, but it's not a problem. It's not too much ice. Yeah, so like I say, out for my walk, and it's a yucky day in a way. It's gray. I think the highest it'll be today is around 0 Celsius. So I think it's probably -1, -2 right now. But yeah, it's not bad though. I'll just walk here. I was listening to a couple podcasts, and they had different themes which came together. You know, there was one that was like, how do you get along with people, you know, and not compromising your ideals or going crazy. And the other one was how pride and humility are a big problem for those with high moral principles. And since these were in both cases Christian podcasts, I found they went along really well. I mean, there was one thing was is that when you do have high principles, one of your biggest, I was going to say, besetting sins is pride. Pride of being so humble at times, or things like that. And the other one was, how do I get along? It's not easy if, you know, the people that you have to get along with can be work colleagues, can be family, can be different people that you are forced to be with, or, you know, are very different to you as far as their comprehension of truth, for example. I'm just giving that as one thing. And of course, a lot of it does have to do with your worldview. And again, I'm just saying that many people will have a different worldview to you. So what do you do? Well, it's not a question that it's not a question that is so easy to answer without actually offending people at times. But there is one thing for sure, is that if it gets too bad, if it really gets too far away from your principles, you might not have the choice but to, you know, go your own way. And you know, there is a text that says, you know, do not put pearls before swine. And that can be rather offensive, but it goes both ways. I mean, I think that what you consider as a pearl and somebody else doesn't, and they might just end up crushing it. Well, there comes a time where it's okay to say, let's each go our own way, you know, and be civil about it. Having said that, going into the other podcast that I was watching or listening to, it's that, you know, you got to be careful. You can learn at times from people. You can't let your pride that you have the truth get in the way all the time, because, you know, it'll become pride, and pride blinds you to other things. It's a balance, and to use Christianese, it's all seasoned with grace. Yeah. You know, human relations are basically that, aren't they? It's a balancing act all the time. Really, it's a balancing act all the time. Right now I'm balancing not to fall. But I think that any of you that'll be watching this, and there's not that many of you, you know what I mean. And we all have to do this. I mean, one of the things, of course, I was listening, like, in one of the podcasts was it was Steve Brown, and he was talking about his family at one time. I don't know, going to say forcing him, but to go on a Disney cruise. Well, he must have. They'd been given that as a family trip with the grandchildren. No, I'm sorry, I will never want to go on a cruise, but that's another thing. But he was saying, well, going on a Disney cruise, I'd probably rather be in hell. And it really was not anything that was exciting him. I mean, it was like one of the worst things. But he was saying, no, but it is with and for the family and the grandkids. And I was thinking about that. I can really get that. I've been asked a bit lately, are you going to get back into to ministry type work? And I've been thinking and realizing that there's a few reasons I don't really want to. One is I know, because I've done it, how much time has to be added on to your normal activities. And that is time that you'll be taking away from your family. And that's not something right now that I really want to do. And the second thing, which is a bit more sensitive, I would say, for me, is that right now I don't feel completely at ease with the liberal bent that the church where you go to mostly is taken. And yeah, but that would be a completely other vlog, which I do not intend on doing now, or maybe we'll never do. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, the point is that we've got this balancing act, don't we? If we're really going to get along with people, keep on our relationships, and like I say, it's a balancing act. And sometimes, every now and then, I've never done juggling, but when you see people that are doing juggling, every now and then they drop one of the balls or whatever they're juggling. Sometimes it's purposely, and sometimes it just happens because it was just one too much, one more than they could handle. Anyway, why don't you tell me what you think about it? I mean, we've all gone through these different type of situations. And now, let me see. I gotta take off my gloves to turn this thing off. DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Have a good Wednesday. Bye-bye.